Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tour review is going to be a new product from Veto Pro Pack. This is something I've actually been looking forward to getting for quite some time, or at least hoping that they would make something like this. I bought the TPLD during the spring promotion last year just to get the DP3 for free to try to use it like how this is actually intended to be used. And it's another one of their MP pouches. So we got the MPX, MP1, I don't have the 1X, MP2X, and this one here is the MPMX. It's going to run you about $99 on Veto's website. Again, that's right in price range with all these. You know, it goes from 70 to 90. I think that one's 100 as well. Along with this one, they also have a 3X that was just released for 120, I think it is. It's the same size as this one, different pocket configuration. But I ended up getting this. It's brand spanking new. Haven't used it at all. I'm basically going to go over the features of it today. I'll probably take the tools out of my MP2X, put it in there to kind of give you guys an idea because it's a little bit bigger. Will it work for you? Those kinds of things. Try to help you out with that. I'm also going to show you the meters I have in it, show you how they fit so you'll know maybe if your meter will fit, along with some other ways that you might would want to use this. So again, that's the idea behind this video. Probably do a loadout later. I'll also show it on my body compared to the 2X since that's the next biggest one that I have. I'll show that to you as well so you can kind of see it on somebody and see if maybe it might be too big for you. Maybe it's going to be just right. That's the goal, but let's go ahead and jump into it and check out the MPMX. So the price for this MX again is $99, right there in the same price range with all their other pouches. Are they expensive? Absolutely, but I would buy any of these again in a heartbeat now that I've had them. I absolutely love them. I haven't used a better pouch probably in my entire life. And I'm only going to kind of compare it to the 2X in this video because that's the next size down. I've got a video where I compare the MX, my MP1, and then also the 2X to show you pocket layouts and stuff like that. So if you're interested in those, you might want to check it out. I'm not going to rehash all that in this video. But basically, just like the 2X, again, these two are the same price. This one has 11 pockets. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one's a big pocket. These two are pass-through right here, so you can kind of see through all the way. So if you got a longer tool or something like that. And again, this one's a little bit bigger than the 2X as well. So this one is 11 inches tall, 7.5 inches wide, and then 6 inches deep. Whereas the 2X, it also has 11 pockets. So it's got the same amount of pockets. It's got two of them that are pass-through. You can see one there. If I take out my Vessel electric screwdriver, there's the other one. But basically, instead of the meter pouch, it's got two screwdriver slots here and then a slot right there. So if you kind of removed all that and then you added this extra width and depth to it, that's how you're getting this bigger pouch right here. So this one ends up being 10.5 tall. So this is a 1/2 inch shorter. This is 6 inches wide. So it's 1.5 inches skinnier, and then also 5 inches deep. So it's going to stick off your body 1 inch less. So let me go ahead and show you kind of those two beside each other. That way is not significantly a big change. This way, probably more so than any of it. And then the height, it's a 1/2 inch difference on the height. I don't think you're ever going to notice that. It's going to be more so that sticking off your body depth-wise is going to be what's going to be the biggest difference in wearing this one compared to the 2X, you know, in my opinion. So, again, 11 pockets, same amount of pass-throughs. This one also comes with a tape clip just like all the other ones do. I never really use those, but it does come with one if that's something you use quite a bit. You know, as you're working, I normally have these like on my tool bags and stuff. I don't necessarily carry it around on my pouch. But again, so price-wise is the same. Amount of pockets you got's the same. This one's a little bigger, just a total different layout. Let me go ahead and take the tools out of my 2X and put them into this one. Let's see if we got room left. Those kinds of things like that. So again, I got my two dedicated screwdrivers right here. I would probably run those in my pass-through slots just because they're going to come out of the bottom just like that. And again, I might do a loadout video later of how I will actually load this thing out. Next, let's go ahead and get out my strippers and diagonals. So I've got the Knipix diagonals here. Normally I run these in these pockets right here, but that's going to be really tight right now. I've not had anything in there. That one always loosens up over time, so you could stick something in there, but I also don't like how tall that sticks up. So I would probably run these over here in one of these side pockets, then take my Knipix forged wire strippers. I guess I should go ahead and say too, all of them have this kickstand feature right here. That's another thing I really like about these because you can kind of use them as a go bag. So anytime you're loading out and you're working somewhere, you can always kickstand them up just like I have those. And that also goes into your back pocket if you want to use it that way and kind of do it. I've never used it in that way. You can supposedly also put this in your front pocket. I've never used it that way as well. The X series has this clip on it. That's been way better than the 1X right there. or the one that I have with the little belt loop. I don't mind that, but I actually prefer this. It's been a lot better for me. But back to the tool changing, we'll go ahead and take the wire strippers. I'm probably going to put those right there. Here's my snap-on, the smaller Talon grips, my favorite pliers for lock nuts now. It's pretty much my lock nut pliers. We'll stick them over in this side. Now we've got also a pencil. Stick that there. Come over here, get your non-contact voltage tester. Pretty much going to put it basically in the same slots. Again, it's not much of a different layout. All this layout right here on the 2X, pretty much the same. It's just this right here is the big difference, and you're losing basically like a pocket, you know, right there. I don't know that I'm going to have room for my electric screwdriver. I probably would along with the meter. We'll see here in a minute. Again, longer bit. Also a small little ratchet in case I just run into something weird. I could stick that there, and then here's a small pair of Cobras. I could throw them in there. I'll do that for now just to show you that the same amount of tools would fit. Again, this might not be how I would run this. This is just how I'm loading it out like this. So there's all the tools minus the electric screwdriver. And again, that would easily fit in there with lots of room left. So you can easily fit the same amount of tools for sure. But again, this big pocket here is not meant for tools. It's meant for a meter. So what all meters will fit in it? Well, I've got my Fluke 324 over here with my leads and everything on it. Will that fit in there? 100%. Super easy. And I like how it's not tight. You know, I don't want my meter to be fitting in there so tight that I've got to literally pull it in and out every time. So I've got room in there. And again, I've got room to stick another screwdriver down in there if I absolutely had to, and if I'm pulling it in and out more so, and then if I get my meter out, I just have to move stuff around. So again, the same tools will fit in here along with the meter, but it's also going to start getting heavy like this, so that's something to take note of. I wouldn't do that. I would just either replace one of these with my electric screwdriver or whatever. I normally just run 2 screwdrivers for the most point with most work that I do. But again, the Fluke 324, if you've got a meter somewhere in that range right there, for sure going to fit in there. I've also got my T6 1000 Pro. It will fit down in here even with the existing case on. Again, I don't know why you'd run it this way, but you could do that if you wanted to, just to hold it while you're walking around and get it out. But let me go ahead and take it out because this is how I would probably do it. I'd just get rid of this case altogether. So again, the T6 1000 Pro, definitely going to fit in there for sure. Super easy, even more room. 100% could fit my screwdriver in there at that point. And then again, I could take my ground clip and just kind of clip it onto maybe a D-ring on the side, or you know, something like that if I want to. Again, it's gonna fit it. It's gonna fit your meter. Is it a big pouch? Yes, but again, I'm not gonna run this one every day. It's just gonna be for the jobs where I need to carry a meter with me, something like that, because again, this is gonna be pretty heavy. It gets a little heavier as you go through those. This one's never been a problem for me, but it's on the heavy side. That's the one thing I'm kind of worried about this. Again, I'll show it on me here in a minute, and then I'll talk about it then. But again, you can see the tools loadout in there. So what if you buy this and you're like, well, I don't carry a meter all the time, but maybe you're also looking for, I'm looking for a pouch where I can run my tools, but I also just want a really big pocket because maybe you want to run wire nuts or something inside of there. So if you've got a bunch of wire nuts, maybe you're going around doing a lot of work, you need to carry wire nuts with you. You know, you could fill up this whole pocket right here with wire nuts and easily stick your hand down in there and grab wire nuts out. So basically use it like a parts bin along with your tools as well. The only downside to that is, you know, whenever you go to dump it, you might end up dumping all your tools out. So you're going to have to be careful with that. If you're done at the end of the day, you want to get all these wire nuts out, you're going to have to be careful turning it over to get your tools out. So that's the downside of that one. So that's another option. If you're looking for a pouch from Veto, an MP pouch, you don't necessarily carry a meter that often, but you need some parts that you carry around with you all the time, wire nuts, whatever it is, you could use that pouch for that. Also, the ET450, my circuit tracer, I probably wouldn't carry this part down in it. That's going to be plugged in somewhere 9 times out of 10. But just to show you, so again, if you've got a meter out there, this is a pretty big thing, and that actually fits down in there as well. So you can even use it for that. This is what you'd probably be carrying around with you. So again, you could carry this with you, along with another screwdriver if you wanted to, along with whatever else. It's just a bigger spot, so if you got some bigger tools that won't fit in Veto pockets typically on the outside of a pouch, you can definitely use it for that. Here's a big crimper from Klein, throw that in there. Also this style wire stripper, always really big if you like using this kind. Can't fit that in there, so I can fit a couple big tools down in there. Again, possibilities are endless. You got bigger stuff meant for a meter. Doesn't mean it has to be a meter. Basically, if you just want a bigger pouch with one big pocket, whatever it is that you'd want to put in it, that's what you could put in there. But now let me go ahead and show you the difference of the MP2X and the MPMX on my belt. So I'm going to start out with the MP2X. I've got the same exact tools in here that I just showed you a moment ago. I'm going to put that on the left side of my body so you can see how far it sticks out, also kind of the width of it, and then I'll put the MPMX on my right side, and maybe you'll be able to see a difference to where you'll be able to know, is it going to stick out too far for me, those kinds of things like that. So again, going to put this over, lift up my shirt, slide it right on top of my groove belt. The MP2X can get a little bit heavy if you overload it. Depends on what tools you have in it. You do need to wear a good belt. It's definitely easier to overload the 2X than it is the 1X and the MX and those kinds of things. So again, you got to take that in consideration. But there you can kind of see it off my body as well as the side right there. Now let me grab the MPMX. I kind of put the similar style tools in there along with my T6 1000 Pro. We're going to move this over on the right side. Again, I really love that hook. Puts everything at the right height for me. I absolutely love the height. So again, there's the MPMX on this side. You can kind of see how far it sticks out. A little bit farther out this way. Look at the width of it there, as well as the width of the MP2X there. So again, a little bit bigger pouch. I can't personally tell a difference in the weight, but it could be the tools that I have in here. I have an electric screwdriver in the 2X, which weighs more probably than my fluke meter does. So neither one of them kind of has a weight difference in my opinion, but size difference, I can feel this kind of coming off of me a little bit more, but it's nothing drastic, nothing significant that's going to make me say I absolutely cannot wear this thing. But yeah, guys, that's the Veto Pro MPMX. Going to run you $100. It's 100% brand new. They just released it in the last week or so as part of their MP series. That's the MPX there. They have an MP1X. Again, that's the one. That's the older style. MP2X, which I showed you a lot in this video. And then they also released an MP3X, which is basically the same size as this one. So it's a little bit bigger as well than the 2X. But instead of just having one big pocket, it's got 3 screwdriver slots in it. Maybe that's the better fit for you if you want to check it out. I'm probably not going to buy that one. I don't really have a use for it. But if you've been like me and you've wanted a really good pouch, because again, these are the best pouches I've ever used, but I wanted to carry my tools and then also the times when I need to carry my meter, be able to swap over to a pouch where I've got the room to be able to put one in. So this is going to fill a need for me. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be too big once I saw the size of it compared to the 2X, because the 2X to me was probably as big as I wanted to go. But in all reality, it's not that big of a difference. Can I feel the difference in the thickness of it sticking off my body? Maybe a little bit, but again, it's not drastically different. I don't have that big of a problem with it. So again, if you're like me and you've been looking for something, whether it's to carry a meter like this, or maybe you've got some bigger tools that don't fit in your other slots, or again, you could just throw wire nuts, any other hardware that you want to down in here. If you've been looking for a good pouch that also has a big slot for whatever it is that you want to use it for, maybe the MPMX is the right fit for you. But let me know down in the comments below what you think about it, if it's something that you might be picking up, or if it's of no use to you whatsoever. Drop that down in the comments below as well. If you've been running any of the MP pouches, comment down below which one's your favorite, why you like it, those kinds of things. That might help somebody else out who's trying to choose between all these in the comment section below. But as always, I hope that this video was helpful in some way. Hope it was useful. You guys stay safe, have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video.